President Biden, people are getting back to work. President Biden may step in to address the restrictive new voting laws in Georgia. He told reporters that the White House is working on a response. Take a look.
Is there anything the White House can do to protect voting rights in Georgia?
Well, we're working on that right now. We don't know quite exactly what we can do at this point. The Justice Department is taking a look as well.
In a fiery statement earlier in the day, the president again urged Congress to pass the voting rights bills that would prevent restrictions like the ones in Georgia. He wrote in part, "This is Jim Crow in the 21st century. It must end. We have a moral and constitutional obligation to act. I once again urge Congress to pass the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act to make it easier for all eligible Americans to access the ballot box and prevent attacks on the sacred right to vote." And as the administration looks to shift its priorities to the next big project of infrastructure, Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia says the country cannot simply move on.
We've got to work on the infrastructure of our country, our roads and our bridges, and we've got to work on the infrastructure of our democracy. After all, the only reason we're able to get anything done, have the prospects of getting more done this Congress, is because people were able to show up and express their voices in their democracy. We wouldn't have passed the American Rescue Plan had the people of Georgia not stood up in the way that they did. Historic turnout. And so we've got to do both of those things.
Joining us now, DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you.
Good morning.
Let's just right out of the box ask about these new restrictions. What can be done before the next election to try and pull back these restrictions that some would say are new laws that are based on lies?
Yeah. Well, Mika, we are going to do everything we possibly can within our power to fight back against these laws. We're going to take them to court. There's a lawsuit already pending against the Georgia law, but we're also going to fight this in Congress as well. And listen, this isn't anything new. I'm a son of the South. I grew up here in South Carolina. One of the last things I did with my grandfather was vote. He passed away in 2004. And that day, I sat on the porch with him, and he reminded me of the history. He said, "Jamie, here in South Carolina, I was not always considered a whole man. I wasn't always allowed to vote." And he said, "Jamie, never let anybody tell you that you don't matter and that you don't count." What Georgia has done in this bill is, in essence, said to a group of folks in Georgia that you don't matter and you don't count. From even criminalizing giving somebody a bottle of water. This is America. This is not Iraq or something over in the Far East. This is America, where we send our sons and daughters overseas to fight for democracy in other countries. But over here, the Republican Party does every damn thing that they can in order to take the right to vote away from duly qualified Americans. And it's not right, and we're going to fight back against it.
I wonder in that first Iraq election what American commentators, what the Republican Party would have done if, let's say, Shia militia had ordered a rule and enforced it that if you tried to give water to one of those Iraqis that wanted to vote and hold up their finger to show that purple finger that everybody was getting weepy about. What if the Iraqi government, or what if Shia militias said, if you can't do that, you can't give water, we would be outraged. We would be rightly outraged. So, Mr. Chairman, that's the most obvious extreme idiocy of this bill. But tell me, we've heard a lot of generalities about this is new Jim Crow. This is Jim Crow 2.0. Give our viewers the provision that you find the most troubling, that you find the most aggressively targeted at black voters and Hispanics and other people of color.
Well, it's just this, Joe, and I appreciate you bringing this up because this provision has not been discussed. In essence, we know about the calls that Lindsey Graham made to the Secretary of State. We know about the calls that Donald Trump made to the Secretary of State as well. In this bill, it provides the very partisan State Board of Elections the opportunity to go into, say, Fulton County, where is the county in which Atlanta is, vastly over, it's a Democratic county. It gives them the opportunity to replace the entire county board of elections in Fulton County for really no reason at all, other than to say, we don't like what you're doing. And it allows then the state, which is controlled by Republicans, to then say, we're going to disqualify voters in this county. We're going to not allow these voters to vote in this particular county. And there's really nothing that anybody can do about it. And that's what's in this bill right now. And we need to fight that with everything that we have.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.